UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu. I'm UnDaoDu. And right there, if you hear me chanting, it's not that I want to be annoying. I'm actually sending you the do from the heartland of Zen Buddhism, where I live in Japan, this beautiful area, to you. And hopefully that will, before we start, just remember to smile and laugh, um, because you'll heal yourself and others around you. The more smiling and laughing we do, the more endorphins and everything. And just remember, even a cloudy day, those clouds will pass and the sun will shine through and warm you up. Be a Tao. Taos are those that are like oak trees to those around you, especially this time of need. We need support systems. And be a support system to someone you care about. And finally, if you can, be a do. Uh, and dues are the ones that basically help and serve those in need. And if you can, you know, be that to those, because there's such need right now for that. I'm UnDaoDu. So I want to talk to you basically about the BitcloutFork that's coming, and what we're doing is building a libraries for anyone to fork, right? So these are the different modules that are coming, right? This is the first module. There's some other things that they haven't launched yet, like the promote, the team, advisors, all this stuff is coming. This is part of uh, you know, my open startup framework that I put into Creative Commons back in 2012. And this right now is BitClout. Now they have a very creative game mechanics in there. Um, and pretty much is just staking and following. You don't have any of the other stuff in here. The other thing is coming is this is the engine. So the engine replaces our economic framework, and I'll talk about it. Right, that's the engine that's going to replace CAGR, compound annual growth rate, which is what drives this. Proof of work, proof of stake, all this stuff is built on CAGR, and that drives ROI, that drives your pump and dumps on your thing. It's all this capitalism 1.0 that comes out of Italy. And then finally, there's the smart DAO, which is an AI-driven DAO, and I'll talk about that. And I'll also talk about Ups, Foundups, and Ups is actually a coin that's coming, and it has some requirements and also that. So why is all this important? Well, because ultimately we live in a systemically flawed um, model. It's called Capitalism 1.0, or capitalism for short, and everything about this model is problematic. It treats our planet as an infinite. Our planet's not infinite. Because as a result of this, we're in the sixth great extinction. We have climate change. We have all these different things: deforestation, collapse of fisheries, dead zones, you name it. All of these things can be traced to our business model. And ultimately, what we're doing, or what I'm doing, what I set out to do, prophesized by the minds would come about, is usher in the fifth age. This is the fifth age. And this is something people have been talking about. How do we get there? Well, how we get there is ultimately a question. Do we continue on the fourth age with the model driving BitClout and the rest of the world, which is the Ouroboros? The Ouroboros, we're the head, we're the business model, and it's consuming the externalities of our business model is all these problems. Externalities means cost of doing business. Well, unfortunately, we cannot afford. We have to pay attention. We have to change this. Or do we move to this capitalism 3.0, or social beneficial capitalism, as I like to call it, which is the fifth age? And the fifth age ultimately is not built. It's a perfect circle. And these are the people that have helped to bring it about. The 19 around UnDaoDu, who is me, a storyteller, sitting on these foundational blocks, which is Bitcoin. Zoom in here. These are the cyberpunks coding that out. Staring at Natsukaze. Natsu means summer. Kaze, influenza. There's the coronavirus. Also refers to Black Lives Matter movement. Also refers to climate change. The summer wind. Natsukaze. So also Natsukaze. I am Natsukaze. My Japanese name for UnDaoDu is Natsukaze. I am the summer wind. And out of my head comes the blockchain. And here it is, ethereum and all these other blockchains. And then finally, on my back, staring out, is 0202, or what I call the noodle. all the data be noodled. Right now, he's noodling around, getting all this data from you and me and everyone else. And this is open beneficial AI staring out. And you'll see around the very important part is this other gold, and that's the Bitcoin vault. I actually made it a mistake. The Bitcoin vault should be on the inside here. It says open beneficial AI, and the open beneficial AI needs to be on the outside. I may see if I can get the guy who did this for me to switch those two around. That's how it is. And these are actually just the foots of my monitor. That's all. Maybe there's something significant there. I haven't really meditated on that at all. But what we're doing with the framework is moving Bitcoin from here, from the network, into this vault that's managed by AI that then turns around and turns every blockchain that is using the framework into stablecoins. So with that said, all right, here we are. Learn the truth. This is it. All right, and let's talk about the reality here. Now, if I click on this here, actually, I think I have it here, right? So this is our planet. How do we say this? How do we stop this? Climate change, everything is happening on that. And ultimately, I have to go by here. Hold on, let me go back. All right. I have to, hold on, maybe this will work. Okay, all right, you gotta go. What happens now? Yeah, it's supposed to disappear. So that's not working. That's not working. I'm having technical difficulties in here. Um, and I should be able to, yeah. Mm, 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 mm. I don't want to present. I want to go to my list of things here. No, this is the one. All right, this one here. And let's just move it out here. Okay, because I want it in there, but long story short, I have to, I know what I can do. All right, I can do this. Watch this. I go this. I go, this goes send back, kaboom. And then this one send back, kaboom. All right. So now if I click here, I refresh this here, play this here. All right, so this is the reality. Our planet is in dire, and people ask me, well, what's capitalism 2.0? What is that? Social capital, right? It's all the sustainable capitalism, all that. But the problem is unless we fix the endemically flawed problems inherent in the main system, we can't fix anything else. We can only put bandages on them. All right. So ultimately, we want to turn it back to this. But here's our problem when we look at this is from 6 years ago, all this, and this is even more so. The problem too is this is pre-blockchain. The amount of planets that we're consuming is just insane, right? We are consuming our futures, our children's resources now. And how do we save our planet from basically self-annihilation? And here's the Ouroboros. And how do we change that? And these are just some of the stuff, as I mentioned, and ultimately we want to usher in the new change, the paradigm. So who is responsible for that? Well, it's all these guys, because we live in a model that's built on the idea of consumption, market, money. And, it's too bad that this is what ultimately comes. This is what we have for our cell phone, right? This is what it looks like. And multiply this by 1,000, right? Or 10,000. This is not sustainable, people, right? Looks at Coca-Cola. Look at all this shit. Now I pick on Coca-Cola, but there's this 1 in 1,000. And my friends, now we're starting to do barges and everything else, but it's because of this greed. This is just what's known as an externality. It's just the cost of making our billions and living our lifestyle, right? Here's pollution and everything else. Same thing. It goes on and on. You just have to go on and on and on. Our forests and everything else. It's just time is running out, and that's why they sent a Sahdu from the Third Age that saw this, UnDaoDu, and he is here now to usher in this change. And I bring the wisdom of the great Sahdus and the crafting of a weapon, his bit clout, right? So the this is our current model, and this doesn't change, and we need to change this. I realize, and this is 2012, and they're selfish. They basically are all about money, money, money for them, and the more so than corporations, the startup, you can take it back. Every crisis is on this. Transform the corporation, save our planet. There's where the DAO, UnDaoDu. And this is why the DAO, with the launch of Foundups, is the beginning of the fifth age of the DAO. The smart DAO is the most important component of this entire thing. You know, BitClout is just the entryway. It's the Genkan in Japanese. It's the doorway into this beautiful world. And what if corporations were selfless, transparent, carbon negative, reinvested? This now is 100%, not 80%. Remember, this was done. This presentation is from 2014, people. All right, and why would anyone want to support this? Well, they support it out of greed because they launched BitClout, which means I can fork it and I can add the different components to it out of greed, and also out of a desire to take payback on Jack, right? And you got to look at how the beginning, right? You got an idea, you have access to capital. It's closed capital networks. It's the 1%. They're accredited investors, and ultimately only about 0.025% see startups. Pre-seed are ones that don't have access to capital, right? And then you come into this. This is the kind of the funding bottleneck. You have all these. You have seeded, seed, and pre-seed. Pre-seed are those without any sort of accredited investor, right? I'm a pre-seed. I have no accredited investor for Foundups. Seed, BitClout is a seed, right? Actually, they're seeded because they have Sequoia. So BitClout is not in a seed. It's seeded. Seeded comes with VCs. So these are all these ideas coming here. Whoa, 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 whoa! A little slow down there. Problem: 99% fail to become seeded startups, right? And then you've got these gatekeepers and founders, all these little, they're trying to control founder. They're the gatekeepers. You have to pitch them and everything else, right? It's all kind of nonsense, right? What if there was a way to launch ideas without the need of gatekeepers? There you go. So in order to save our planet, we have to remove the gatekeepers in the process of launching. Look what happened with BitClout. BitClout technically had no gatekeepers, and within the first 2 weeks had 3,500 Bitcoin. You see where I'm going with this. This means disrupting the startup. This means by having what I call the open startup or the found up. All right, placing the startup, the selfish startup with the selfless found up. So no keepers, fun and easy, and all can be done. It's riskless because ultimately there's no cost, little or no, right? Just like there's very little cost in order to participate with BitClout, just a little Bitcoin. Same, really the same thing. Anyone and anyone can do one, right? And that's what's coming. This play Foundups DApp is the fork of BitClout, right? That's the entryway. That's the thing I've been waiting for. And by providing these different things here, and this changed a little bit. I haven't looked at this in a while. Within 10 years of launching Foundups, selfless corporations, open corps. These are DAOs, right? Remember, this is actually older. This is older than 2014 because I used the word open corps, which means this is probably done around 2012, right? 2011, 2012 is when I did this. Will be the number one current, right? All corporations are walking dead because DAOs or smart DAOs become the thing that they'll replace, right? So here are the ideas in the Foundup app, right? Some of them are gonna boom, there's a DAO, and they fork and they launch their own ecosystem, right? And we have the fork libraries so Foundups is a forkable libraries. We want you to fork Foundups. We want you to basically fork and launch your own ecosystem. And it comes back and it and it launches more Foundups. And then another one forks out and it sends back, and now that it's independent. So you can see this is a hyperscaling model, right? This is hyperscaling, and why we want Foundups basically there to solve problems and help heal our planet. That's ultimately what we're doing here. So what's a Foundup? Foundups is a founder with an idea to improve the world using the Open Innovation Framework. The Open Innovation Framework is the blockchain, people. That's the blockchain. What is OIF? OIF is software as a service. That's what I called it back then. It's software as a service solution. Does all the heavy lifting. That's the blockchain, right? It does the validation, secures the IP, team building, all that. And This is all built on the blockchain, right? Step into big. So here you go. There's some of the game mechanics that I would talk about, but this here, right here, this part right here, this is all there is, which is BitClout, right? You have your idea, your token, does it validate? Does people put money in it? And then it raises money or it doesn't. That's it. Or you cash out, you play this little game. A little bit here. Okay. This is the game mechanics I'm not going to go into, because partly I probably forgot it. And this is me on UnDaoDu, right? Stepping it big. And my Skype and other things there, but I don't use Skype anymore on that. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'm going to stop this and upload it. Where you want to go now is, you can listen to me on Twitch Foundups. Something I'm doing, right, is I'm documenting the whole process. Like this video here is also on there. I stream all the time what I'm doing, right? So you can come here, be a fly on the wall, and you can see all the all the different videos and stuff that I do here. There should be videos I thought down here. What does that mean? It's empty in here. Edit panel. Activate. Activate. All right. Gotta configure. Activate. Activate. Nice. I don't know what this does. So latest followers, Casper, activate. I gotta start like figuring this. Twitter timely, right? Activate. I don't know what this shit's doing, but all right, let's activate that there. I don't know. All right, about me. All right. What is Markdown? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. Fucking all that. Activate, dude. Oh no. I don't know how to do this shit. I need Dostrasis. Dostrasis! I don't know how to do this shit. I'm falling asleep here. I think I'm gonna take a break here. I need to update. Am I still? Oh, I'm still recording.